All right, what's going on, traders? What's going on? This is Rob here with MV3 Traders. Got another one for you, part of my Sierra chart series. This one should be, kind of a quick one. It's something that I wanted to share with you guys about something that I recently found out about. This it's not, anything like super difficult, but or anything that's complicated. It's pretty simple, and but I was playing around with the settings, and thanks to the way that I trade using micros now, this kind of led me to discovering this thing, which is how to scale in and out of a trade, within the Sierra Chart platform. All right, so getting right into this video. All right, let's look at the data we got up here. This is from last Friday. Let's say, I'm looking at this, I'm seeing this live, and I get this set up here, and I want to take this short. For whatever reason, I like the way, the price action reacted to this resistance up here and all that good stuff, right? So let's say I want to take this short. If I want to do this with a mini, let's say I want to get in here at 94.11. So, if I had like a risk tolerance of $200 per trade, that's basically for the minis, that's 10 points, right? So in order to stay within my risk tolerance, for this trade, my stop would have to be at 94.21, which is right in here. All right. So the way that I like to trade, and what I've found to be actually, for me personally, from my perspective, what I found to be the best way to take a trade in relations to placing stops and stuff like that is basically to use support and resistance, right? To use those support and the resistance areas to put my stop in the best location to where I don't get stopped out so much, and to where I don't have to be kind of a sniper and trying to always predict the momentum and get the trade just perfect. You know what I mean? So that's just my personal thing. So anyway, let's say this is not necessarily the best location that I would want to place my stop loss. I actually would want to place it a little higher than that. Just looking at, I would want to completely clear this candle right here and have my stop up here, in this area, which means I would have to increase my risk if I wanted to stick with the minis, right? But thanks to the micros, that same stop loss of 94.21, if I traded a micro instead of the minis, get my little line back, right? Okay, it's not exactly where I want it. Territory has been giving me a little hard time. All right, okay. If I wanted to have it right here at 94.21, now I'm only risking $20 per contract, right? So now that gives me so much more flexibility. One, I could put my stop, where I want it to, which is up here, let's just say at 94.25, right? So that's a 15-point difference. Which means I would be risking for this trade here about $30, right? So, that's much better than versus if I was doing the minis, I would be risking $300 to take advantage of this trade, right? Or to take this trade. So now that I'm doing with the micros, now I can add more contracts if I still want to maintain my my risk profile of risking $200 per trade. All right, so now that I'm risking only $30, I can take 6 contracts and stay within, my without exceeding my risk tolerance for this trade, right? So 6 contracts would give me a total risk of $180, right? So now I'm able to save $20, on this trade, and I have way more flexibility in that I can take 6 contracts versus the 1 contract, and I could just do so much more with 6 contracts versus 1 contract, right? And I get the setup that I want, right? Um, okay, so that's a quick little breakdown of the difference between the micros and the minis. And the reason why that even matters for this topic is for the purpose of being able to, now that I got six contracts, I may not want to hold all six contracts through the entirety of the trade. Right now I can scale in and out of the trade. So let's say I wanted to take that trade there, and for this we're going to use replay mode. I'm going to set it at a 2. This will slow things down a little bit, but not too much. All right, clear all my chart data. And let me place this right here. All right, let's just let this play to get us back to where we was. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, got 30 seconds. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this contract. I'm going to take this trade with 6 contracts, and I'm going to scale out of the position one contract at a time. All right. So we're going to pause it right here. And what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and set up the trade over here. Now, in order to, well, this is with the default settings of Sierra chart. This is, how you could scale, the way that you would scale out of a trade, right? So let's say I'm going to go 6 contracts. I'm going to set the quantity right there to 6. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and use an attached order for, how I got this set up. This has a target. This template has a target and a stop loss. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I'm going to set my entry right here at 94.11. That wasn't exact. So I'm going to click the little number there, and we know how to use all of this stuff. Go ahead and set my entry price at 94.11, and this should be set at, what I say, 94.25. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and type that in. 94.25. All right. Now that looks pretty good. Right now, I'm not going to worry about the target. I'm not going to, set this up completely. This is just for demonstration purposes only, right? Now, you see I got 6 here. It's not filled yet, so it's showing 0. But if you go into it, well, we'll see. Once it gets triggered, it's going to show 6 because this is an attached order. Now, since I already got that in there, and I want to scale out one contract at a time, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that back off, and I'm gonna select 1 here for getting out of my play once I get triggered in. All right, so I already got everything set up, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. Oops. There we go. So we can, see it a little bit better. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit play and let this play out. All right, so now we're in the trade. Now let's just say, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it real quick because it's moving a little fast, a little faster than I want it to. Let's just say I want to take one contract off once it reaches this support down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a buy stop there. Oh, I'm sorry, it was the wrong trade. It's the wrong thing. God almighty. Anyway, so okay, let's just say that's good. That's fine. Let's just say we got out right there. All right. So now you see that our position has 5 contracts in it still, but our stop loss has 6 contracts in it. You see what I'm saying? So, and if we go down here to the target, because the target is down here also. This target order, I'm gonna move this up so we can see everything at the same time. This target also has 6 contracts still in it, right? And let's say, since I messed up the first time, I'm gonna go ahead and put another order in, like right down here somewhere. This time I'm gonna do a buy limit to exit one contract. And let's go ahead and let that play out. Let's see if we hit it. I don't know if we hit it or not. I think we do. Just ignore that because that was a part of my thing. All right, so let's pause it again. All right, so now you see my position size is 4 contracts. However, we still got these other open orders out here. My stop loss and my target at 6 contracts. So let's just say I had my target set here, right? I don't think we may not even get back down there. Um, as I say, I got my target, set right there, right? And let's go ahead and let that play out. Let's see if we hit it. All right, we hit it. But let's go ahead and pause it one more time. All right. You see, we hit our target. We completely, exited that trade, right? That play that we went into 6 contracts to the short side. But however, you see, we're still in a trade. That's because that open order that was my original target, once I was scaling out of that trade, it didn't adjust the quantity size of the open target order. So the initial trade short, after I scaled down 2 contracts, I had 4 contracts, left in that trade or left in that play, but that order had 6 contracts in it. So it took the 4 contracts. It took me out for it took away those 4 contracts, but then it gave me 2 contracts loan because there was a buy limit. So now I'm in, instead of just taking my profit of $147, you see, immediately I'm losing money because I got triggered into another trade or another play that I didn't plan for. This is something that could cause you some problems if you're not paying attention and you're trying to manually scale in and out of a trade, right? So the way that you would have to do that, we're going to go ahead and back up. All right, so we cleared everything out, and okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of get pre-set up while that's getting to the point we want to be at. Use attached orders. All right, then I'm going to pause it right before I put this order in, just so I can make sure I don't make any mistakes while I'm doing this illustration. You know, for teaching purposes only. All right, we got it paused right there. So let me go ahead and put this order in. All right. That is that. Okay. The numbers at this point, we already get, the risk reward and all that. That doesn't matter right now. I'm just going to go ahead and get this set up so, we can illustrate the how all of this is going to work out. All right. And this time, to get out of, well, I'll show you. All right. So let me go ahead and play. All right. And I'm a one contract. I'm going to exit just using the buy ask. Just a quick thing there. All right, so let's pause it again. So the way that you would want to do the right way to do this, if you're gonna, scale in and out of a trade manually, is once you take yourself out of the trade, or once you take a contract out of the current trade that you're in, you got to go back in here and adjust your quantity size for your stop loss and your target. To keep everything in sync with your open order, right? So now let's go ahead and let's hit our target. So now when you get out, you're completely out of the trade and you made money. You're not losing money directly. You're not in a trade that you didn't prepare and plan for, right? All right. So that's the manual way to do it. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this replay right here. Now, there is an automated way to do it so that you don't have to, because what that can do is, like I said before, that can, if you're not paying attention, let's say you get distracted or you just, you just having an off day, things happen. So to take your human self out of the equation, that's, definitely prone to making errors. Sierra Chart has a way that that the quantity size for your attached orders will automatically adjust when you scale out in and out of the trade. All right. And to illustrate that, we're going to go back a couple of days. So we're going to go back to this day right here. I think this is Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, February the 5th. Get all these extra lines out of the way. We don't need to see all of that. And we're going to use this area right here to kind of illustrate it. I think this is a good data, some good price action to illustrate this, what I'm about to demonstrate on. So we're going to go back here to, all right, this candle right here. And we're going to take this short. Now, just a little quick disclaimer. This is technically not a trade that I would take. The way that I'm about to do it, I'm only doing this for demonstration purposes only. This is not necessarily a trade. While it would work out, but this is not a trade that I would typically take, the way that I'm about to do it, right? So this is only for demonstration purposes. So to automate the quantity adjustment of while you're scaling in and out of a trade for your attached orders, what we're going to do is we're going to go here to set that up. We're going to go to the menu here. All right, we're going to click on the little M, and we're going to go down here to orders, and we're going to click this support scale in, and we're going to go back, and we're going to go support scale out. You want to make sure both of those under here and the menu, orders and support scale in, so support scale out. You want to make sure both of those are checked, right? Now, let's go ahead and hit play. We're going to clear the data out from before, give us a fresh start. All right, let's just let this candle right here play out. Let me start preparing. This time I'm going to go 5 contracts. Make sure I have my use attached orders turned on. And this is just for demonstration purposes, so I'm not going to go into, risk reward type stuff. I'm just going to place my, I'm just going to adjust my stop loss and everything. Just, at wherever I place it. Just don't pay attention to all that. This is only for, to demonstrate the scaling in and out of a trade, right? All right, so let's go ahead and put our order in here. All right, I'm going to make sure we got use attached orders on. I got the right contract amount, the quantity size, which is 5 contracts. I'm going to go ahead and just place this. Wait a minute. All right, go ahead and place that order there. I'm just going to put this up here. It's not really in any particular location. I have no rhyme or reason for placing it where I placed it. I just placed it there, right? Just so we can see everything. And I'm gonna go ahead and adjust that also so that we can see more of the chart. All right, or see more of what's going on in these orders. All right, so you see I got my order down here for 5 contracts. Once that gets triggered in, these client or these child orders are going to adjust to match the to 5 contracts, right? So let's go ahead and let that play out without talking too much. All right, you see we got 5 that we're in right now. Our stop loss is at 5. Make sure and it doesn't go back as far. I just want to make sure that we don't get stopped out too soon before I get to illustrate what I'm showing here. And once we get into a little bit of profit, I'm going to take 1 contract off of this play, right? So what we want to do is we want to make sure, in order for everything to be automated correctly, we want to make sure we keep use attached orders checked, right? Want to make sure you keep that checked, okay? All right, and I'm just going to use this buy as to take 1 contract, and I'm gonna pause it here, and you see now, originally I went in the trade with 5 contracts. Now I took 1 contract out of the play, and we have 4 contracts, and you can see our attached orders, our stop loss, and our target is also it's staying in sync with our main order, our open order. We have with 4 contracts, right? Now you can still go in here, you can adjust if you want to, but since we're automating this, there's no need to do that. You can just focus on trading your strategy, and you don't have to worry about all this extra stuff, right? So, all right, let's go ahead and play it again, and we're gonna keep watching it. Now, let's just say, okay, everything's looking pretty interesting right now. It's looking pretty strong to the short side, and let's just say I want to add a contract here on this pullback. So I'm gonna go ahead and add one in. Go ahead and do the sell bid to add a contract in. And you see we're back with 5 contracts. Okay. And you see those attached orders automatically adjusted to 5 as well, right? And okay, got some more profit. So let me go ahead and take one more off. I'm going to move that down. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and keep our target there, right? And you see everything, every time I get in and I add a contract or I take a contract away, those numbers, those attached orders, the quantity for those attached orders automatically adjust. I hope I'm explaining that well, but you don't really have to listen to me. You can just look at how the quantities for each, of those orders automatically adjusted. And you see, once we got out of the trade, it completely, everything, stayed in sync, and I don't have any open orders out there that's going to put me in a trade that I'm not, prepared or planned for. All right. So that pretty much concludes what I wanted to discuss with this video. That's how you would scale in and out of a position within Sierra Charts when you go on, when you're using multiple contracts. Thanks to the micros, we have a lot of flexibility to scale in and out of trades now with futures. So that wraps this one up. Let me know in the comment section below if you have, any comments or questions, or if you need me to explain something in a little bit more detail. And if you like it, go ahead, hit that like button. You know about all that stuff, hit the like button, the notification, and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.